Hello students, and welcome to the video lesson on workplace ethics. This is going to discuss the behaviors and expectations of employers by their employees and how they act within the workplace amongst coworkers and with customers. So let's dive in. So the objectives of this lesson is to identify the skills and personal qualities that employers look for in employees, and then we're going to describe some ways to demonstrate desirable personal qualities while on the job. So what do employers want? Well, Raymond Brixley, former Quaker Oats employee or manager, he once said, "We look for someone capable of doing lots of things well, and more importantly, someone who fits into the organization's structure." So what does that mean? Well, it means they want somebody that's well-rounded, right? And ultimately can mix their personality with others and work together as a team. So what are some skills that you would need? Well, thinking skills, math skills, communication skills, strong personal qualities, and adaptability. So as anyone goes to work in the workforce, for whatever career they so choose, being well-rounded and having multiple skills is much more employable and much more desirable by employees. So aim to be the most well-rounded, most versatile person you possibly can be. Teamwork is one of the number one values that any company will have, because ultimately you're working with a group of people. You're not working as an individual, and as a group you're trying to accomplish goals. So great things in business are never done by one person. They're always done by a team of people. So employers will value teamwork and cooperativeness, or the willingness to work well with others to reach a common goal. Cooperativeness is linked to listening skills, responsibility, and self-management. Teamwork, above all, requires self-sacrifice, completing unsatisfying tasks, splitting up work fairly, and volunteering to help others reach goals. Now remember, in a team, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So it's up to everyone on the team to raise the level of everybody on it so that you can accomplish goals together. Okay? Listening, taking personal responsibility, and managing yourself goes a long way into ensuring the success of the group. So what are listening skills? Well, listening skills are required for following orders and instructions by superiors. Okay? You need to understand what they're trying to tell you to do. Well, every job will require multiple tasks to complete, and instructions will be given verbally or written. And listening is more than just hearing with your ears. It's about seeing what you read and understanding what is being said. Okay? So here are some tips to help your listening skills. All right? All listening needs undivided attention. When there is a communication, you have the receiver and the sender, and anything in the middle can be interference. What you want to do is you want to provide as much concentration and get rid of any potential interference so that you can understand the message clearly. All right, so when somebody's talking to you and you want to use your listening skills, you want to stop and listen, and you want to provide eye contact. All right, this gives all your focus on the one person. You need to assume all details are unknown. All right, even if you might have done a particular task before, the task could be slightly different, and you want to make sure you don't miss out on that detail. If you don't understand, take notes, okay? Especially if it's possible. In today's era, you can use your phone, you can use paper, anywhere you can take notes as a reminder. When listening and you're given a task, you want to identify the goal, the purpose, all right, and the action. Visualize the whole process so that you can completely understand. We often take anything we hear and we attach a visual to it for memory basis. So visualize that process and how you think it should be done so that you can remember the task. Any instructions? Make sure that you repeat to yourself so that you can continue to remember. Repetition, repetition, repetition. And if you still don't understand after all of this and you need clarity, just ask questions. All right? Supervisors would rather somebody ask a question about what has to be done than for the action to be done wrong. A huge, and I can't underscore how huge it is, personal trait that employers want in behavior from their employees is a willingness to learn. Okay, Maya Angelou said it best. I've learned that I still have a lot left to learn. No one knows everything. And no matter what you do, you're still going to be learning from age 5 to age 85. There's always something new to learn. You can always learn something from somebody else. All right, there is no such thing as a know-it-all. Okay? Remember, the willingness to learn a new skill or a piece of information is a choice. Okay? You have to be willing to learn or you will never learn. The finishing of traditional education only means you're ready to begin learning an occupational system. Just because you finished schooling doesn't mean that you're an expert at the job. Experience, all right, and changes in technology over time will impact what you know about the job, and you will have to learn as you go. Now, remember, employers do not expect all new employees to know everything. They will provide education and training opportunities, including paid trainings for you to learn everything. All right? So just go in with the mindset that you don't know it all and that you are willing to learn so that you can be the best you can be for the company and for yourself. Okay? And take advantage of any new opportunity to learn. Any new piece of knowledge is just another tool on the tool belt that can help you solve problems later. Initiative. What's initiative? All employers look for employees to take initiative. Taking initiative means doing what needs to be done without being told. Okay? And it's related to a sense of personal responsibility and accountability. Okay? It's easy to show up to work. It's another thing to be able to take on the roles and responsibilities without someone telling you what to do. If someone constantly has to motivate you and tell you to complete your job, there's a likelihood that that job will not exist for you for very long. Eventually, they're going to want you to understand, after the directions, what to do so you can handle the job every moment. And then if you have questions, you can reach out to a supervisor. It's called taking initiative, called taking charge, taking personal responsibility to do the best job you can. Well, we keep talking about personal responsibility. Well, responsibility is the willingness to accept an obligation and to be accountable for an action or a situation. Responsibility can be difficult because not everything is in everyone's control. The only thing people can control are their actions and their attitude, okay? Which ultimately comes down to what you say and what you do. Okay? So responsibility can be given and it can be used as a challenge to improve your career. Okay? So personal responsibility, a person will either take credit or blame depending on the outcome of a situation. When you're responsible for something or a task or a situation, you get to control the outcome of a situation. You are in power. But with power becomes responsibility that you have to look out for everything that is involved. Okay? Taking on more responsibility improves experiences and promotion opportunities. People that are willing to take on responsibility are often given greater tasks and can get job titles, more benefits, and improve wages. Lastly, personal responsibility shows courage, that you're willing to take on challenges, that you're willing to try new things, and that you yourself are willing to be a leader. That itself is why personal responsibility is a huge key in the success of your career. Self-management. Every person is responsible for the work they do in the direction that their career goes. Self-management is doing the necessary things to build the career that is wanted, even if those things are not pleasurable. Sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do in order to achieve the goals that we do. Well, here are some tips. One, you got to set career goals and develop plans to achieve them. Once goals are reached, you set new goals. All right? And if you have a setback, don't allow the setback to stop you. Okay? Set a new goal to beat the setback and then continue on towards your new goals. You should monitor your work habits and your performance. Use this self-reflection for personal growth. What did you do well? What did you do wrong? How can you learn and use that willingness to learn to improve yourself so that you can continue to set more goals and develop more plans to better your future? And then, as mentioned earlier, not everyone knows everything. Sometimes you have to ask supervisors for feedback to improve your work habits and your skills. Reflection is great, but having an outside view can help you really understand what is going on. Your perception is your reality. Someone else's perception can give you a new idea of what you think your reality should be. So what are some self-management skills? Well, someone who self-manages are ambitious, they're businesslike, competent, which means they can handle things, conscientious, cooperative, enthusiastic, imaginative, honest, industrious, punctual, productive, teachable, thorough, trustworthy, versatile, and respectful. Loyalty. We often find in today's world that loyalty seems to be lacking, that it's very quick to jump from ship to ship to get into the best circumstance. Loyalty is showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or an institution. You can be loyal to friends. You can be loyal to family. You can be loyal to a team. You can be loyal to school. You can be loyal to your workplace. You can be loyal to your religion. There are a variety of institutions and people that you can become loyal to. This is firm and constant support for them no matter what. It's almost like unconditional love. Expressing loyalty at work can be done through expressing positivity, being a go-getter, showing initiative, and doing problem solving, and expressing your concerns professionally to leaders, giving them feedback on what you see, and showing that you want to improve the workplace as well. Difficult situations always arise in a work setting, and in life in general, and overcoming them as a work team is more valuable than just giving up. Side note regarding loyalty. Be sure that employers are also looking out for their employees' well-being to ensure that loyalty is both ways. It's often found that employees will feel that they are not appreciated at work and their work ethic will deteriorate over time. A lot of times this comes down to not being listened to, not being paid well, feeling like you are a slave to the work and that they don't really care about your feelings. Good places to work, good supervisors will always look at ways to support their employees. Notice I didn't say make them happy, I said support. Happiness comes from within. Supporting, all right, is a teamwork and loyal approach. Thank you for watching and completing the video lesson on workplace ethics and how to take on challenges through the role of personal responsibility and collective effort. All right, this video is intended to improve behaviors and actions that employers value so you can improve your career and move it in a positive way. I'll see you next time.